told you there's a secret formula for being fabulously rich, you'd probably roll your eyes and label me a liar, correct? Buckle up, because I'm going to blow your head with the untold reality of riches. By the conclusion of this video, you'll understand why you don't have as much money as Scrooge McDuck. And believe me, it's not because you're foolish or unfortunate. It's because you've been playing the wrong game all along. Let's kick things off with a mind-bending visualization. Picture this. You're standing in front of a gleaming silver dollar. Now, imagine that coin represents not just $1, but a cool $1,000,000. Impressive, right? Now brace yourself. Jeff Bezos' net worth isn't just a few of these $1,000,000 coins. It's not even 100. It's a staggering 117 of these mega coins. That's right. We're talking about a fortune so vast, it makes that $1,000,000 coin look like spare change you'd find in your couch cushions. You're probably thinking, great, another video telling me how I'll never be rich. But don't give up. This is not another get-rich-quick scam or motivational speech about positive thinking. I'm about to reveal the real thing, the exact equation for prosperity. If you stay around, press the like button and subscribe. You'll discover how to make your faraway fantasies of mansions and sports cars a reality. Let's go ahead and speak about money. What are your true thoughts about it? Is wealth something you achieve by hard work and dedication, or is it reserved for trust fund infants born with a silver spoon? Is it the source of all evil, or do you secretly desire more of it? Here's the kicker. Most of what you think about money is probably wrong. Why? Because your beliefs have been shaped by your upbringing, your environment, and let's face it, Hollywood's obsession with making rich people look like evil masterminds. Remember Gordon Gekko from Wall Street?
The point is, ladies and gentlemen, that greed, for lack of a better word, is good.
Greed is good, he said. Yeah, that's the kind of stereotype I'm talking about. But here's a reality check for you. 68% of the world's ultra-wealthy, of those worth $30 million or more, are self-made. That's correct. They were not born with a silver spoon in their mouth. Think Warren Buffett, Oprah Winfrey, or Jeff Bezos, all self-made millionaires. Oprah was born in poverty in rural Mississippi, for crying out loud. And now, she's worth billions. How about that for a story twist? So, what's their secret? Well, it's not the equation you were taught. Money is the salary earned from work. If that's your game plan, you should give up now. Let me break it down to you. If you make $20 per hour and work 40 hours per week, it will take you about 24 years to accumulate $1 million. And that is without spending a single cent. No rent, no food, and no Netflix membership. Nothing. Talk about a harsh bargain. But wait, things get worse. That figure does not take into account taxes, inflation, or the reality that you'll most likely desire to live a bit longer than 24 years. So in reality, you're looking at far longer than 24 years. Depressing, right? And here's the real kicker. Even if you manage to scrimp and save your way to $1 million, you've given away your most valuable resource. No, not your collection of unique Pokemon cards. I'm talking about time. You'll never get those 24 years back. You might have spent years traveling, pursuing your interests, or binge-watching every Netflix series twice. As Warren Buffett once said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll work until you die. This quote perfectly encapsulates why the conventional wisdom about money and wealth is flawed. It's not just about working hard, it's about working smart and creating systems that generate wealth even when you're not actively working. So, if the conventional wisdom about money and wealth is a big fat lie, what's the truth? Buckle up, Buttercup, because I'm about to drop some knowledge bombs. Now pay attention, because this is where it gets good. In our capitalist society, there's one rule you need to know. You're paid in proportion to the value you bring to the table. And who decides that value? The market does. And by market, I mean people, You, me, your neighbor who's obsessed with lawn gnomes. All of us. Steve Jobs understood the principle well when he said, "Get closer than ever to your customers. So close that you tell them what they need well before they realize it themselves." This is the essence of solving problems and creating value in the market. Think about it. People complain that football players are overpaid. But guess what? If millions of people are prepared to pay to watch them play, purchase their jerseys, and dispute about them on Twitter, then the market is speaking. It says, hey, this guy kicking a ball around is worth millions to us. Strange? Maybe. But that's the way it works. Here's another mental challenge for you. It doesn't matter how hard you work. Sorry, but the cleaner who works all day is paid far less than the accountant who sits in their office chair. Why? Because the market places a higher value on accountants' expertise. It's unfair, but that's the reality we're dealing with. So, what's the secret sauce? It's simple. If you want money, solve problems. That's it. That's the equation to wealth. If you can solve $1 million problem, you'll make millions. Solve $1 billion problem, and you'll be rolling in billions faster than you can say cha-ching. Take Amazon, for example. Jeff Bezos didn't get rich by working harder than everyone else. He got rich by solving a massive problem, making it easy for people to buy everything they want without leaving their couch. That's a $1 billion solution right there. He identified a pain point, having to go to different stores to buy different things, and solved it. One website, millions of products delivered to your door. But here's the thing. It's not just about solving any old problem. It's about solving a problem that affects a lot of people or solving a big problem for a specific group of people. The bigger the problem and the more people affected by it, the more valuable your solution becomes. Think about it like this. If you solve a problem that saves 10 people $10 each, you've created $100 of value. Not bad, but not exactly retire on a yacht money. But if you solve a problem that saves 10 million people $10 each, now you're talking about $100 million of value. See the difference? And here's the beautiful part. With technology, it's easier than ever to reach millions of people with your solution. You don't need a factory or a huge workforce. Sometimes, all you need is a laptop and an internet connection. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. First, you need to find the problem worth solving. Now, I know what you're thinking. Great, so I just need to create the next Amazon or Facebook. No pressure, right? Wrong! You're falling back into old thinking patterns. The key is to start with a problem, any problem. Listen to people around you. What are they complaining about? What do they wish existed? What frustrates the heck out of them? There's your gold mine of potential problems to solve. Maybe it's your mom wishing there was an easier way to keep track of her medications, or your fitness freak friend who can't find workout clothes that fit right. Or maybe it's you, sick of swiping through dating apps full of people who don't share your passion for underground polka music. These might seem like small problems, but remember, if it's a problem for one person, it's probably a problem for many. And where there's a problem, there's an opportunity. But here's the catch. Your solution needs to be scalable. What does that mean? It means your solution should be able to help more people without you having to work proportionally more. Opening a restaurant? Not scalable. You can only serve as many people as you can fit into your restaurant. Creating a restaurant franchise? Now we're talking. You can open up locations all over the world, serving millions of people. Building a piece of software? Bingo! Once it's built, you can sell it for millions without breaking a sweat. Whether it's 100 users or 100 million users, the work you put in stays largely the same. That's the power of scalability. Let's break it down with an example. Say you're a fantastic cook, and you decide to solve the problem of people not having time to cook healthy meals. You could offer a personal chef service. Not scalable. Your time for their money. Write a cookbook. More scalable. Write once, sell many times. Create a meal planning app with recipes and grocery lists. Highly scalable. Build once, can serve millions. See the difference? The more scalable your solution, the more potential it has to generate wealth. And here's a pro tip. Automate everything you can. If there's a task in your business that you can outsource or hire someone to do it, do it. Your job is to work on your business, not in it. This is how you create a money-making machine that doesn't need you to be there 24/7. As Peter Thiel, co-founder of PayPal, put it, the best entrepreneurs know this. Every great business is built around a secret that's hidden from the outside. Your secret is the unique way you solve a problem that others haven't recognized or figured out how to solve yet. Remember, the goal is to solve a problem in a way that creates value for many people without sucking up all your time. Because at the end of the day, time is the real wealth we're after. So you've built your problem-solving machine, you've identified a problem, created a scalable solution, and automated what you can. What's next? Well, you've got 2 delicious options on your plate. Keep running your business or cash out and sell it. Let's talk about selling first, because who doesn't love a good cash out story? Remember Instagram? They solved the problem of easy photo sharing and got bought by Facebook for a cool $1 billion. And get this, they only had 13 employees at the time. That's some serious value per person. Or take PayPal. They made online payments a breeze, and Elon Musk walked away with $165 million when they sold to eBay. Not too shabby for a guy who'd go on to build electric cars and launch rockets, huh? These are what we call liquidity events, when all that value you've built suddenly turns into cold, hard cash. It's like winning the lottery, except you designed the winning ticket yourself. But selling isn't the only way to reap the reward. Maybe you love your baby and want to keep nurturing it. That's cool too. Plenty of entrepreneurs choose to keep running their businesses, enjoying a steady stream of income and the freedom to keep innovating. Jeff Bezos once said, "I knew that if I failed, I wouldn't regret that. But I knew the one thing I might regret is not trying." The mindset is crucial, whether you're building a business to sell or to keep running long term. Take Jeff Bezos, for example. He could have sold Amazon many times over, but he chose to keep building. And now, he's one of the richest people in the world with the freedom to pursue wild projects like space exploration. Not too shabby for a guy who started by selling books online. Or look at Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx. She solved a simple problem, wanting underwear that didn't show panty lines, and she built it into a billion-dollar company that she still runs today. She's got the best of both worlds, wealth and the continued excitement of growing her business. The point is, you've created something valuable, and now you get to decide what to do with it. Sell for a big payday? Keep running it for ongoing income and impact. There's no right answer. It depends on your goals, your passions, and yes, how much money you want to have. But whether you sell or keep running your business, you've done something amazing. You've created value out of thin air. You've solved a problem for people and been rewarded for it. And that, my friend, is the real secret to wealth. Now, let's get real for a second. Was this really ever about money? Think about it. Money is just paper or numbers on a screen. What you're really after is freedom. Freedom to pay off that mortgage without breaking a sweat. Freedom to buy that dream car without checking your bank balance first. Freedom to travel the world without worrying about your holiday allowance. Freedom to help your parents retire comfortably or send your kids to the best schools. But here's the million-dollar question. How much of your life are you willing to trade for that freedom? Are you cool with the whole work, sleep, repeat cycle until you're too old to enjoy your money? Because let me tell you, that's a raw deal if I've ever seen one. Remember, time is the one thing you can never get back. You can always make more money, but you can't make more time. Each minute that ticks by is gone forever. Sounds depressing, I know, but it's actually incredibly empowering when you think about it. Because once you realize that time is your most precious resource, you start to think differently about how you spend it. You start to ask yourself, is this worth my time? And suddenly, that equation we talked about earlier, solving valuable problems, takes on a whole new meaning. It's not just about making money anymore. It's about creating a life where you're in control of your time, where you get to decide how you spend your days, where you're not trading your life away for a paycheck, but building something that generates value and, yes, money, even when you're not actively working. This is why the whole get a stable job, work for 40 years, then retire plan is so flawed. It assumes that you should trade the best years of your life for the promise of freedom later. But what if you could have that freedom now? That's what the equation to wealth is really about. It's not about becoming a billionaire, though hey, if that happens, more power to you. It's about creating a life where you're not constantly stressing about money, where you have the freedom to pursue your passions, spend time with your loved ones, and make a positive impact on the world. As Jim Rohn wisely noted,
time is more valuable than money. You can get more money, but unfortunately you can't get more time.
this perfectly sums up why it's so important to focus on creating value and solving problems rather than just chasing money for its own sake. So instead of chasing money, chase solutions to problems. Make that your life's mission. Because when you're solving problems, you're creating value. And when you create value, the money flows. But more importantly, you're building a life on your own terms. And isn't that what we're all after in the end? Not just a fat bank account, but a rich life. A life full of experiences, relationships, and the satisfaction of knowing you're making a difference. So, are you ready to stop trading your time for money and start solving problems instead? Are you ready to take control of your life and build true wealth, both in your bank account and in your day-to-day existence? Because if you are, you've just taken the first step on an incredible journey. And trust me, it's going to be one hell of a ride. Alright, let's talk about something that makes a lot of people break out in a cold sweat. Risk. When it comes to building wealth, risk is like that sketchy-looking roller coaster at the carnival. It's scary, but it's also where the thrill is. Here's the deal. There's no such thing as a completely risk-free path to wealth. Even stuffing your money under your mattress is a risk. Inflation will eat away at its value faster than moths in your grandmother's attic. But here's where a lot of people get it wrong. They think it's about eliminating the risk altogether. Newsflash, it's not. It's about managing risk. As the old saying goes, don't put all your eggs into one basket. Or as I like to say, don't bet your entire life savings on a hipster artisanal pickle shop in Brooklyn. Although, who knows? That might actually work. The key is to diversify. Spread your bets. It's like playing Monopoly. You don't want to own just Boardwalk and Park Place. You want a mix of properties that can bring in steady income. In the real world, this might mean having a mix of stock, bonds, real estate, and maybe even a side hustle or two. It's about finding the right balance between high-risk, high-reward investments and safer, steadier options. But remember, your biggest risk isn't losing money. It's not taking risks at all. As Mark Zuckerberg once said, the biggest risk is not taking any risk. In a world that's changing quickly, the only strategy that's guaranteed to fail is not taking risks. So, how do you find that sweet spot? First, know your risk tolerance. Are you the type who can sleep at night knowing your investments might drop 20% tomorrow? Or do you break into a cold sweat at the thought of losing a penny? Second, understand the risks. Don't invest in anything you don't understand. If someone tries to sell you on a guaranteed investment that sounds too good to be true, run for the hills. Third, start small. You don't have to bet the farm right away. Start with a smaller investment and gradually increase as you get more comfortable and knowledgeable. Fourth, have a long-term perspective. The stock market might be a roller coaster in the short term, but over the long haul, it tends to go up. Don't let short-term fluctuations freak you out. Finally, keep learning. The more you know, the better equipped you'll be to evaluate risks and rewards. Remember, building wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. It's about making calculated risks, learning from your mistakes, and constantly adjusting your strategy. And hey, if you fall off the horse, just remember what Winston Churchill said. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Alright, let's switch gears and talk about something that might make you squirm a little. Personal branding. Now, I know what you're thinking. Personal branding? Isn't that just for influencers and people who post way too many selfies? In today's digital age, a personal branding isn't just for social media stars. It's a crucial tool for anyone looking to build wealth. Think about it. In a world where we're bombarded with information and options, how do you stand out? How do you make people choose you, your product, or your services over anyone else's? That's where personal branding comes in. It's not about posting perfectly curated photos of your avocado toast, although if that's your thing, you do you. It's about crafting a clear, consistent message about who you are, what you do, and why you're the bee's knees at it. As Jeff Bezos once said, your brand is what other people say about you when you're not in the room. So, what do you want them to say? Here's where personal branding matters for wealth building. First, it sets you apart from the competition. In a sea of sameness, a strong personal brand makes you the shiny Pokemon card everyone wants. Second, it builds trust. People do business with people they know, like, and trust. Your personal brand helps establish that trust before you even meet someone. Third, it attracts opportunities. A strong personal brand acts like a magnet, drawing in potential clients, partners, and opportunities. Fourth, it allows you to charge premium prices. When you're seen as an expert or authority in your field, people are willing to pay more for your product or services. Lastly, it creates a lasting legacy. Your personal brand can outlive your current job or business, creating long-term value. So, how do you build a killer personal brand? Start by knowing yourself. What are your strengths? What makes you unique? What value do you bring to the table? Figure this out, and you're halfway there. Next, be authentic. Don't try to be someone you're not. People can smell fakeness from a mile away. As Oscar Wilde said, be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. Then provide value. Share your knowledge, help others, and be generous with your expertise. It'll come back to you tenfold. Be consistent. Your brand should be recognizable across all platforms and interactions. Think of it as your personal theme song. It should play the same tune everywhere. Engage with your audience, respond to comments, participate in discussions, and build relationships. Your brand isn't just about you, it's about how you interact with others. Finally, keep evolving. As you grow and change, let your brand evolve too. Just make sure the core of who you are remains consistent. Remember, building a personal brand isn't about becoming famous or getting the most likes. It's about strategically positioning yourself in a way that attracts the right opportunities and helps you create value. It's about making it easy for people to understand why you're the solution to their problem. As Gary Vaynerchuk puts it, your personal brand is your reputation, and your reputation in perpetuity is the foundation of your career. So, start thinking about your personal brand. What do you want to be known for? What problem do you solve better than anyone else? Answer these questions, and you're on your way to building a personal brand that can significantly boost your wealth-building efforts. And hey, if you decide to post that avocado toast pic, at least make sure it aligns with your brand. You never know, you might just become the next avocado mogul. Stranger things have happened in the world of wealth building. So, there you have it, the equation to wealth laid bare. Sure, I've simplified a complex topic, but the core principle remains. Stop chasing money and start chasing solutions to problems. Will everyone succeed? Nope, but that's okay. Fail fast, learn faster, and move on to the next problem. And remember, even if you're not building a business, you can apply this principle to your job or career. Solve more problems, create more value, and watch your worth skyrocket. And that's a wrap, folks. If you've made it this far, give yourself a pat on the back. These videos take a lot of sleepless nights to research, script, film, and edit, so your support means the world to me. If you're into more mind-bending ideas about business, finance, and life in general, hit subscribe and turn on those notifications. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. Until next time, keep solving problems and creating value. Who knows? Maybe the next billion-dollar idea is already brewing in that beautiful brain of yours. If you enjoyed this video, we kindly invite you to subscribe and enable notifications to stay up to date on future content like this. Thank you for your support.